Let's race at Zuera to the first corner. Evan Gilter will hold on to the lead. Steenman and Valve go with them. Goldstein has to cope for fourth position for the moment. And as they get down to turn 2, everybody is going to tighten in. Is there space for everybody? Just about. Steenman is in second. Up to third comes Valve. Goldstein is fourth. Van der Westerlaken is fifth. And as they go through turn 4, there are carts going wide. But they just about get back on. Oh, and there's a little bit of an up and over there in the middle of the pack as Sita van Meert tries to pick up a couple of places. So the field continues on their way. A lot of interesting battles. Oh, and there's a spin further back. We've got 2-3 carts coming together on the exit of turn 6. The tight hairpin after the long loop, and there's another cart going off. So we've got several drivers in the wars. That is the 255, I'm afraid, drifting off the road. That is the Pantano of Giovanni Trenti. No, that's Ruben Moya, sorry. Ruben Moya going off the road then as the battle for the victory begins. Gilter has been allowed license to pull clear, but look at the battle for second. Steenman, Valve, Goldstein, and then we've got Van der Westerlaken and Paul Kajos. A very tight race for the get-go here. Danny Carinini down to 7th, has to squeeze out the opponent Erbertsmoor as Valve tries to tuck in behind Dan Steenman. So Evan Gilter leads the way, but that lead isn't going to be that big for that long. It's currently only half a second as Goldstein forces the issue on the inside of Rivaldo van der Westerlaken and gets by. As into the pits with a battered and bruised machine comes the 231 of Marcus Luzio. The winner from the Winter Cup is out. How the fortunes change in the space of a few weeks. He gave it his best, but it wasn't to be in Zuera. So Santiago Valve all over the back of Dan Steenman. There is Marcus Luzio. He won the Winter Cup last month, but he won't win anything this weekend, except maybe the queue for the flight home. Evan Gilter, Dan Steenman up the inside. This is the midfield battle as we've got Luca Griggs battling away with Rivaldo van der Westerlaken, and they both storm past Erbertsmoor. Moore is still in the midst there as he goes wheel to wheel with Paul Kajos and Daniel Mathia. Mathia is going to go on the inside of Moore as Van der Westerlaken goes on the inside of Griggs. Amazing racing. So Dan Steenman tucks in behind Santiago Valve. They are eating away at the gap from Evan Gilter in the lead. Still a long way to go in this one. Plenty of great racing on the horizon. These drivers are still going to give it absolutely everything they've got. A long way still to go. Oh, running a bit wide there. Several drivers trying to make an overtake. So Gilter, Valve, Steenman, Carinini, Goldstein, Kajos. That is your top 6 at the moment. Goldstein all over the back of Carinini. And Carinini having made a great comeback after a little bit of a hesitation earlier in the race, and it's an absolute dogfight from 6th place downwards. Kajos, Van der Westerlaken, Mathia. Vila nearly goes off the road there in the final turn. Valve and Steenman are both going to get into the back of Evan Gilter. Will they make the bid on this lap? Gilter's lead is not that much anymore. Oh, Steenman is trying to force the issue on Santiago. Come on, man. Get into Evan Gilter. Santiago is not happy. There's pushing, there's bump drafting, and then there's just shoving me around the racetrack, says Santiago Valve. So Dan Steenman forcing the issue, trying to hurry Santiago Valve up. As the mechanics watch along the sidelines there, that is Jody van Splinteren watching along. So let's see if Evan Gilter is going to hold this lead. And Santiago Valve and Dan Steenman. Danny Carinini is there in P4. So is there going to be a close battle in the midfield? Well, that looked to me like an absolute squabble. Drivers are going through all the way through this field, right the way down to the back. Gilter, Valve, Steenman and Carinini. They've got a little bit of space between themselves and Goldstein. But these 4 drivers are absolutely locking horns. Valve still second. Here comes Steenman. I've had enough of this. Into second, and Carinini goes with him. Sorry, Santiago. You're not getting any inroads into Evan. Certainly not fast enough. So we're both going to get past and we're going to have a go. That is the message from Dan Steenman as he gets into second with Danny Carinini. 4th place for Valve. 5th place for Goldstein. Through the hairpin. Very tight racing between this quintet of racers, and they are definitely going to be pushing all the way to the checkered flag. This will not be easy to sort out, that is for sure. Gilter holds the advantage. Steenman, Carinini, Valve and Goldstein. They're going to come out of the final corner, 5 laps having been completed. And Evan Gilter still has a crucial half-second run. Carinini's not going to wait any longer. Santiago Valve is going to come through. And so Carinini in a second, Valve in a third, Steenman is 4th, and 5th is Eli Goldstein. So now what can Evan Gilter do to hold off this 4 incredible drivers behind? Arthur Poulain is going through the field. He's up to 12th now. Still drivers making moves through the field. Some good battles all the way through as Luca Griggs has got past Greenall. Poulain, Gonzalez and Fleming have managed to get past Moore and Hedin on that last lap. And Sita van Meert has got herself up into 18th behind Steven Haydens and in front of Enzo Levesque. So some good moves through the field. Great overtaking wherever you look. 12 places made up by Miguel Silva, who is now in 21st. And in 3rd position, Santiago Valve is getting frustrated. You can see Evan Gilter in front. All he has to do is drop the hammer and disappear, and none of them will get a look in. They need to catch him. They need to work together. Enough petty squabbling. Go get him. 10 laps to go. Oh, it's sideways from Santiago Valve. He shakes his fist with anger. Santiago Valve, the back end steps out, and surely that's game over for Valve. He slows to a crawl, and he stops. Santiago Valve, his chances of winning are over, and the Spaniard is enraged. What on earth are you playing at, he says to his rivals. Santiago Valve is out of it, and here comes Paul Cayos. So now he's got to pick up the pieces, and Finn McLaughlin picks up a warning flag. That's unfortunate for the Irishman. So now Gilter leads Carinini and Steenman. But the gap is going to be tougher to close down now. Santiago Valve was one of the fastest in this leading bunch. So with him out of it, it's now going to be very tough for them to catch up. Well, unfortunately, Santiago Valve, one of the key players in this event, is now out of it. And with 9 laps to go, it's all going to be about whether Danny Carinini can get on terms with Evan Gilter, as Santiago Valve watches from the sidelines, sick to his stomach. Gilter, Carinini, Steenman, Cayos, Goldstein and Mathia. Griggs is 7th now from Van der Westerlaken, Poulain and Greenall. Then Vila, Gonzalez, Moore, Fleming, Steven Haydens, Hedin, Levesque and Van Meert. Silva's 19th and Balota is up to 20th. Lots of overtaking moves still to come. Lots of battles and a lot of drivers trying to find their feet over the course of this race. But can anyone deal with Evan Gilter? He hasn't lost the lead once yet. Paul Cayos is trying to pressurise Dan Steenman, just get him a little bit faster. As they come round the final turn at the end of lap 8. 8 are done, 8 remain. A very close battle in the offing now, as the drivers continue to search for that ultimate victory. And it's so close between the 4 again. Gilter, Carinini, Steenman, Cayos. One of them's going to have to go for this now. They've done the hard work. They've closed up on Gilter. Now it's about who decides to make a move first. Danny Carinini's got to try and get in on Gilter. Surely an opportunity will come their way. This is not going to be easy. On the inside comes Cayos. Cayos into 3rd. That's good traction off the turn. He's not going to lose a massive amount of traction there. And he'll get back on terms with Danny Carinini rather quickly. Goldstein is still there in 5th. Matthias 6th. Griggs 7th. Poulain 8th. Van der Westerlaken 9th. And Greenall 10th. The top 10 still covered by less than 3 seconds. And there's still some great battles still to unfold here. 7 laps to go. Gilter, Carinini, Cayos. Gilter trying to protect, but Carinini is right there with him. There's not a lot of defensive moves that Gilter can make just now. He doesn't want to back them up too much, otherwise things will get very conflagrated. And all of a sudden, the ferocity will accelerate. Carinini still trying to get away from Kaios and Steenman behind to work with Gilter, but he might need to force the issue a little early here. Because there are certain parts of the course where you can see that Gilter's quicker. Here goes Kaios. Enough! You've tried your best. It hasn't worked. Let me have a go. Paul Kaios is up to second. Don't forget, this is still only Paul Kaios' second ever weekend as a senior X30 driver at this level. His first was Valencia last month. And here he is in second place in the senior X30 final in the first round of Miami Euro Series 2022. What if Paul Kaios could snatch it from Gilter on home soil? In a turn one, France, Spain, Italy, the Netherlands. VDK, MDC, karting race driver, and PDB Falcon. 4 different teams gunning for the victory. This is so tough to predict. Kart Republic, Birolart, Kart Republic, Falcon. 4 incredibly talented racing drivers, the top of their game in Senior X30 worldwide. But who's going to get the job done? Evan Gilter runs in front of Paul Kaios. Danny Carinini, the reigning World Finals winner at Adria last year, in front of Dan Steenman, who is having the best weekend of his Miami Euro Series career. This is a great weekend for not just him, but the team as well. Mathia is 5th, Poulain is 6th, Griggs is in 7th, down to 8th has fallen Goldstein. They just haven't found the pace in this final. But with 5 laps to go, someone needs to go for this, and it's going to be Paul Kaios who leads the charge. Gilter is still your leader, but I bet Paul Kaios isn't going to wait long to make the move here. He's got to try and make the opposition sweat, and the best way to do that is to get ahead of Gilter and back him into the pack. Look out for 5th place. Daniel Mathia has a chance of this now as well, and Arthur Poulain is not far away in 6th. 7th is Griggs. They're all covered by 1.2 seconds. There's now 7 of them fighting for the victory. This could go anybody's way now. Up the inside, that is Steenman. He gets through on Carinini. That leaves Paul Kaios with a bit of breathing space to go for Gilter. Gilter, Kaios, Steenman, Carinini, Mathia, Poulain, Griggs. Any one of the 7 could win this. And there will be 4 laps to go when they come through. I couldn't tell you who's going to win this. Any single one of them has a chance. They all have similar 1-lap pace. It's going to be about who is smart, who is tactical, who reacts the best. Here goes the move. On the inside from Arthur Poulain. He gets into 5th position past Mathia. And now Luca Griggs is going to have a think about it. Into the hairpin. Poulain defends. Holds on to 5th. So he's now in the box seat if the top 4 start squabbling. But with Steenman past Carinini, Poulain, Mathia and Griggs want a taste of it. So they need to get a little bit closer to the top 4. Paul Kaios knows the circuit better than anybody in the top 7. And he's in 2nd place. Evan Gilter will be breaking a sweat before long. This is going to go down to the wire. So rare to see a Senior X30 race be run away and hidden in this category. And 2022 has started exactly the way we hoped it would, with a close battle to the finish. 3 laps to go, and Gilter still in front of Paul Kaios, and it could go to either of them. And there are 5 drivers waiting in the wings who could snatch it. Gilter and Kaios, 3 to go. Is this going to be the first big move from Paul Kaios? It wouldn't be a shock. Out of 3, up to 4. Kaios is not going to make him go for it yet. Oh, Paul Kaios is working on it. Steenman goes wide with Carinini, and it looks as though Poulain trying to get there. Oh, cuts across on Mathia. Mathia has to fall to the back of the field. He goes down to 7th. Carinini's back through to 3rd past Steenman. Poulain, Mathia and Griggs having a terrific squabble. Griggs now P6. That was so close to a big accident on the run to the hairpin. So Gilter and Kaios are still on their own. A second back now is Carinini. But all it's going to take is a little bit of manoeuvring between Gilter and Paul Kaios, and anything can happen. Up the inside, that's Eloy Gonzalez. He gets the move on Eli Goldstein. And with 2 laps to go, he now moves himself into 8th position. That could be critical. 2 to go. Surely now this is where Paul Caillas is going to try and make his bid to get past Evan Gilter, and then he'll try and back the Frenchman into the chasing pack. Gilter needs to go defensive. Any moment now, Caillas will leap. He's not going for it into 4. Will he make the bid into 5? Still the hunting pack behind. Gilter has the legs on Paul Caillas, but Arthur Poulain is trying to get into 3rd past Steenman. A great race weekend so far for Arthur Poulain. He could easily get 3rd position here. Right in behind Steenman. This could be the moment. Here he goes. Steenman shuts the door. Poulain's in. And wide goes Carinini. Danny Carinini's going to drop so far back. But Poulain is into 3rd. And now it's Steenman versus Griggs for 4th. Arthur Poulain is now in the box seat in 3rd position. What a drive from Arthur Poulain. But there's 1 lap to go. And it's down to Paul Caillas. Can he get Gilter? Last lap. A 1/4 of a second between them. Paul Caillas is charging. Gilter goes for the defense. Here we go. Last lap. Gilter's got to hold this on Paul Caillas. Caillas goes right. That's where Gilter sends him. Caillas can't get the switcheroo yet. He's going to get a faster exit though. Here we go. Caillas is going to get alongside. He pulls level. He pulls the nose in front. But up the inside, Gilter retains it. Out of 6. Down the back straight. What will Caillas do with Evan Gilter? Gilter moves to cover the inside. He didn't need to. Caillas can get a faster line. Gilter still defends. Caillas gets alongside. And still Paul Caillas is charging on Gilter. Here he goes. Alongside, he can't get there. 1 last chance. Caillas needs a faster line through. Gilter holds the cover. Can Paul Caillas get a faster run off the turn? He might just do this. It's going to be a long shot, but here he goes. He's going to go side by side. Oh, and it's going to be Gilter, but Caillas is fuming. What a finish. Evan Gilter claims it all. What a result. Paul Caillas is 2nd. Arthur Poulain is 3rd. My goodness. What a final! And it came right down to the wire. Well, I tell you what, Evan Gilter is going to enjoy this on the final lap. It is one heck of a tour in from Evan Gilter. He wins and he celebrates with his teammate Sam Balota. What a triumphant moment. And he celebrates with his other teammates. Evan Gilter pushes right to the limit, but he gets the win for VDK. Well, it's been nail-biting all the way here in Zuera. The season begins, as it will probably go on, nail-biting every lap of every race. You never know who's going to win till the end, but Gilter made it his. So the provisional result, Evan Gilter takes the win from Paul Caillas. Arthur Poulain is 3rd from Luca Griggs and Daniel Mathia. Dan Steenman ahead of Ellie Goldstein from Rivaldo van der Westerlaken, Oliver Greenall and Danny Carinini. Eloy Gonzalez ends up in 11th in front of Eduardo Villa, Herbert Moore, Yanis Steven Haydens, Thomas Fleming and Ruben Moya. Sebastian Hedin comes home 17th ahead of Miguel Silva, and then it is Kalai Atkins who charges from the back of the field. Henke Kouteren, Finn McLaughlin and Sita Van Meert, Sam Balota and Andy Rattel, Herolin Nurudini and Ariel Elkin. From Bart Harrison, Enzo Levesque, Eric Genet, Hugo Besson, Sam Shaw, Lazar Lartigo, and Eliska Babichkova. The retirements, Gabriel Stilp, Santiago Valve, and the man who went out on lap 1, Marcus Luzio. It's been a very exciting battle, but now they get to savor the moment and bask in the glory. In 3rd position for France, Arthur Poulain! The Victory Lane karting team takes the podium in the Miami Euro Series for the first time in 2022, but quite probably not the last. In 2nd position for Spain, Paul Caillas! Wonderful to see a Spanish driver on the podium and an amazing fight back for Paul Caillas this weekend. But your winner for the first time in 2022 in Senior X30 from France, Evan Gilter! Gigi got the job done in amazing style on the top step of the podium. And welcome the winning team manager for VDK Racing. Please welcome Eric Versdonk. A massive congratulations to the team, and in deference to our race-winning driver, the national anthem for France. Fantastic stuff, and great to see. It's a new era for the IAMA Euro Series Senior X30 podiums. Great to see some new faces. We welcome back once again Carlos Hill, the circuit owner here at Zuera, to present the trophies. Starting with the man in third position for France, Arthur Poulain. And to our man in second position for Spain, Paul Callas. But to our race winner in the IAMA Euro Series Senior X30 for France, Evan Gilter! And also a congratulations to our winning team manager for VDK Racing, Eric Versdonk! So we will ask all of our trophy recipients to raise the trophies aloft above their heads in a celebration picture for our photographers. Lift the trophies aloft, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. That's your winning photo, ladies and gentlemen, for Senior X30 Zuera 2022. Hey, fantastic stuff. And a wonderful end to the weekend. It's going to be a brilliant season in Senior X30, that is for sure. The drivers finally get the moment they've been waiting for all weekend long. They get their moment to celebrate in style. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our Senior X30 drivers to get busy with the fizzy! Fantastic. Well, that's some skill there from Evan Gilter on the podium. And now the now the Spanish and French teams disappearing. Evan, let's cut in at this moment. We want to celebrate with you. It's been an absolutely fantastic run. Well, Evan Gilter, that was such a tough weekend. Right from qualifying, you had the pace, but to keep on top of it, to keep hold of it all the way through, that really took some stones. Just tell us about how the weekend unraveled.
That was a perfect weekend. We're really happy. We managed to secure all the time the first place, so I'm really happy of that. And I would like to thank VDK Racing, my engineer FF Engine, and all the persons behind me, like always, my sponsor, my family, and it's a perfect weekend.
It's the perfect start to the season, and coming up next in May, we go to Karting de Fagnes in Marienborg, which you know quite well. So I guess it just keeps on going as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, I hope we will win this one as well.
Congratulations, Gigi. Well done. Evan Gilter, ladies and gentlemen.